Okay, so I'm starting this, Vishesh. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I have already given you background what I am up to. I'm running a small GetPost Labs company, and other than whatever I do, I also find a big need that most of my clients and everyone they need the fresh guys. Fresh guys means the fresh minds because they have the energy.
Mm-hmm.
But when the new guys comes, they are clueless, and that's fine as well. When somebody has not played basketball and you say no, you must come from basketball background, and everywhere you see that you must know the basketball, but you need some coach or you need a pathway or something. Because I'm in industry from last 25 years, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of the right candidate. At least I can give back to MMEC. So having said that, so recently I've started this data science, and I've taken the initiative. So I have a couple of questions, a very basic mindset. Do Even though I did work with many areas like, and data science may have different meaning. Maybe the business leaders have the data science they can look on. Like currently the project which I'm working in, one of the projects, so that company has 5 key projects, paid projects within the company, right? They
Okay.
have many projects, but 5 main projects because those are the paid. So definitely there's more focus. So what we do in that project, I'm not directly involved there in that project,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
not like somebody reporting me directly, but just like I used to sit in some call. So there, we do in the data science side is we have various data sources. Okay, one of the example I can see in that data sources, what we do, we pick up all the customers' data.
Okay.
And that customer data, the reason of the customer data is we bring the customer's data, and customer data means only what which customers are, which services they are using. We directly pick from their data itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we have a product one, we call it Origin. Okay, I'm not adding that client name. Origin, what they do is they provide, that is that industry targeted to logistics. In that logistics, a lot of import, lot of exporting stuff happens from New Zealand to Australia,
Mm-hmm.
but New Zealand also imports from other countries. So there is a process of Australian government has to develop a contract whenever they import from New Zealand, and
Mm-hmm.
that takes some time or whatever. So that specific product, what they do, it gets the detail from the customer, and that have application very government specific, and that project supports to the government, make the contract, something like that. It has many elements, but just that is, let's say, project number one. Project number two is like there's a 4 key process in logistic industry.
Mm-hmm.
The other project which I am working, one is import by air, import by sea, export by air, export by sea. So in this all 4 things, Australia Border Force have a flow which they have developed from 1980 or whatever. Same Singapore has a flow that
Mm-hmm.
how this will happen, how airline will work in that. Let's say it is import by air. So airline regulations, Australia Border Force regulations, how the things will come, it will move to airport, within airport, how it will go a specific, specific, what you say, warehouse, from warehouse, how it will be delivered to end customer. So it has many steps or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So in this specific thing, what they do, what that team is doing, data science team doing, they get the data of the customers. With that data, they learn what the behavior they are doing. And in
Mm-hmm.
that behavior, they also see like which features they are using most. And
Okay.
based on that data, they also figure out how much the billing they will do for each
Okay.
customer. The
Mm-hmm.
customer means there are some specific cost to the customer. Let's say we have given 5 licenses or 6 licenses, but we don't have that system perfect. So he built something like that. We get all the data who is using actual. We do actual billing based on
Mm-hmm.
what they use. That is a
Okay.
case one. Use case two is like they see how much data they are using, because we have another cost number of, you can say that an example, let's say you went to US, so you got a air ticket, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that air ticket number, there would be some unique number given by the airlines, which
Well,
followed by the system,
mm-hmm.
India Airlines and that airline, something like that. And that ticket tracked until you get reach to US, right?
Correct.
So somewhere there are notification is there. Okay, this ID number, ticket number now is here. He passed the gate. Now he passed
Mhm.
this. Now he did. Same in this process. We have master rate bill number (MAWB),
Mhm.
which is also regulated number, right? So this is so that's that is the one area where and that guy is the person who worked there. I have not seen much work there. So he basically used he took all the data sources. It's not top of my head now. I forgot, but he used that Apache Airflow or something, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And same Python. Means I have not looked into what the coding is did, what structure I did, but I forgot. There's a Meta. What is the name? There's some open source solution, something which has initially it comes with Meta and then some name. So that shows it was not Power BI kind. It was kind of
Okay.
that something. Means ideally he was showing us updates, how many customers are there, what they are using,
Mm-hmm.
and which features they are using. So that one of the source of truth used by finance team, leadership team, something like. But I was not that. That is the use case one on the data
Mm-hmm.
science side.
Okay.
Okay, what I want to okay, now I will ask you one question. Let's say today you let's say I'm the fresh guy from the college who want to become the data science. What what you guide to me? What you want to say to me?
So, I would start by describing the problem, because when it comes to the data science, I believe that domain knowledge is the best
Correct.
thing you can able to
Right.
describe, because ultimate the techniques and everything is based on mathematics.
Mhm.
Even if you compare the statistical modeling, machine learning modeling, or whatever deep learning techniques or AILM,
Mhm.
in the background only mathematics is required. So even if you don't know the machine learning or the deep learning, if you know the basic fundamentals of mathematics and statistics, then you are good to go to learn each and every tool in each and every aspect. So I would say the domain knowledge is the crucial part. As you mentioned, uh, we have to track how exactly the logistics move from one country to other country, how the unique ID is being generated. So I would say that is not the uh, you cannot define the problem as a data scientist, but just it's a general problem,
Right.
and we termed as a operation the operation research, you can say. So where you can do some looping programming and other stuff. So you have to decide the what will be the best optimized path in order to track those delivery or something. So the first one is obviously the domain knowledge. Second, I would say the how you good you are at the programming language, whatever the programming language you are using. For example, for all the data scientists, we 99.99% data scientists use Python, of course,
Correct.
because all the libraries are predefined, and you just need to tune the domain whatever you are getting from the end user, and you have to tune into your code. So these two should be the priority, as if anyone wants to go to particular in the field of data scientist or AI/ML, or even I would say data analyst as well. So first is the domain knowledge, second is the mathematics and statistics, third one is the programming language. And once you are gather all of these things into one bucket, then I would say you can, for example, if you go to learn any of the programming language, and you are able to write a simple code, but if you don't go to DSA part, you will not able to optimize that code. In local language, you can say our code get means our code fat gaya. So
Correct.
that code is optimized through the DSA, through the algorithm, through the basic search mechanism, or whatever we can say. So machine learning, deep learning, and all these algorithm is a sort of a butter in the bread. You can eat the bread, but if you put butter, it will taste a little bit more tasty. So likewise we can say, if you know these basic thing and then you will shift to machine learning, deep learnings and AI techniques, then it will be probably helpful. And when it comes to cloud, obviously you need server to deploy your machine learning algorithm or something. So server knowledge is needed, but few of the company, because in my past experience I have worked in on premises data servers, as well as I have worked with GCP itself. So I would say you can learn eventually with the cloud platform if you are heading towards the data scientist scope. But these four things whatever I have mentioned, if you don't have that much strong it means, you can say, you can, if you don't have that grasping power in those topics, you will not able to succeed in this particular domain.
Okay, no, thanks. I thought maybe I missed one thing, but
Hmm.
I wanted to ask you another basic things. I understand this tax stuff, DSA and everything,
Hmm.
right? When, let's say I'm the guy who just graduating from B category college,
Okay.
B, C, whatever, doesn't matter. I
Right.
just feel that all are good. It depends
Hmm.
on how they, how we provide them, a, kind of
Correct.
foundation or something.
Correct.
My question is like, okay, let's say I'm the person who's learning DSA. This
Hmm.
whatever DSA is data and science algorithm, whatever you say, right? Data
Right.
structures and algorithm, correct? Or machine learning. Let's say I took XGBoost or I use
Hmm.
some other text, PyTorch. What I felt is, in my experience, these don't connect together. It just, to me, it feels like that. Means how I felt when I worked with some candidates, as I shared with you that recently I worked with different teams, we hired people like that. I delivered even the projects as well. So how you what how you see, because how you see a person, like how you test a person that his thought process, irrespective whether he can do DSA or not,
Hmm.
how you test a person that he has some problem solving approach.
Okay.
The
Hmm.
reason I'm saying is that because now you are also in the industry, right? And you know the gaps between different people. One of the gaps which I find some of the people is they just follow 100% instructions.
Hmm. Correct.
If, and even after 3 months, 6 months, right, they're not able to connect any dots. Let's say
Hmm.
the regulation have written one line, right? Document is saying that that is a little bit formal line, but usually
Hmm.
what we do, we interpret it, understand it, and convert into the code that we are following this as an
Right.
example. But
Right.
I found when people are reading that line, even that is a basic line, exactly implemented, already implemented solution, but they
Hmm.
just get lost because two words are different and two means. I just wanted to understand how you judge, understand the way of problem solving. Problem solving means is the way we work in the company. We provide them a
Correct.
task and they
Hmm.
treat that task itself as a mathematical equation, like we say.
Correct.
When we solve a mathematical equation, what we do? We understand what the problem is and we think what's the next step of it. We don't know the solution, but
Hmm.
we go what the next step of it. We know
Correct.
that end goal is something like that. We
Hmm.
understand that. We do next step, then next step, and eventually with series of steps. So I want to understand how you see, learn the process, who understand better the process to reaching the goal. Definitely he
Hmm.
knows DSA or something.
Hmm.
So yeah, what's your thought process in that when you think about how a data scientist should think, or I should say that way.
Okay, sure. So, as per the data scientist is concerned, so for example, if I want to think as per the data scientist perspective, so there are a lot of ways to approach the problem, and you have to find the best optimal way. How can I approach the problem in a best suited manner so that overall cost as well as the problem solving time should be very less and optimized. So for example, I have done recently one project. I'll describe the approach through the project I have done during my first company. So
Mm-hmm.
there was a problem in from the higher management itself, that we are facing a lot of broken panels
Mm-hmm.
due to unknown reasons. We cannot able to identify how the panel got broken. So that company was a solar manufacturing company. So they all, although they used to manufacture the semiconductor itself, that
Mm-hmm.
so there are lots of heat treatment processes going on, due to which the panel get broken, and the higher management are not able to identify the problems.
Mm-hmm.
So there were two approaches they have highlighted. So one is identify whatever the tools we are getting the broken patterns, or how exactly the broken patterns look like, and what are the KPI and KPOs. So KPI is basically key performance input and key performance outputs. So for example, if a tool owner or an engineer has tuned the tool in such a way that pressure should be up to this spec limits, or the temperature should be up to this spec limit, and due to which the temperature goes rise, or heat is tremendous high, which cannot able to sustain that stress or something. So the approach we have built, means a traditional data scientist would have do is like analyze those KPI and KPOs, and turn into the classification problem, and make a model which can able to predict the probability or something.
Correct.
but
Correct.
but what will happen if, because when it comes to microscopic level of a glass, you cannot able to tell whether this pattern is very small or this pattern is very high. You cannot able to classify exactly, means you cannot say ki 100% accuracy is being achieved.
Correct.
But the optimal problem, what we as a data scientist think, we can install a camera, we
Mm-hmm.
can install the AI model, which can able to, based on the computer vision aspect of the AI, and able to see as a naked eye, okay, this panel got broken, now check the KPI and KPO, and what KPI got influenced. So the initial, means as a fresher, if a new guy comes into picture, and he will not think from the computer vision aspect of that one. So the accuracy will be achieved around 70 to 80%, but what will happen when 30% case scenario will happen?
Correct.
So at that time he was not able to, or one can not able to identify how can I optimize 30% accuracy. So this kind of problem solving approach we want to test as a new guy who is coming into data field. What kind of things you can add into your algorithm, or what are the steps you can add into your algorithm to achieve as correct as human does the work.
Okay. Now that you have shared, definitely you have shared a very good point. But how, what, let's say if I give you five guys,
Mm-hmm.
what you are how you going to test them, because you are going to talk with them half an hour, 1 hour. So I
Right.
totally understand
Correct.
your questions will
Right.
be go deep dive or
Correct.
something,
Correct. Correct.
because let's say I have now a different process to
Mm-hmm.
talking with people, and depends on, like, sometimes when I start communicating with someone, I may check whether he responds to the emails with energy
Mm-hmm.
or not,
Right.
something like that. And I judge that thing, whether his attitude is responding quickly or not, and
Mm-hmm.
quickly on time or something. Then I understand, oh, he's better. He's putting energy on things
Right.
like that.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
and another thing is, like, when I talk with some people about the data scientist thing, I also see what is their, I'm not sure what the correct word in English is, or maybe appetite or something. What is their, like, let's say, because they have to consume the business knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How they can understand, like, tech is fine. I may not jump quickly on the tech, but I quickly jump on whether they can understand. Let's say I give them any topic, right? Correct. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say I give them a any regulation topic, maybe logistic regulations by Australia Border Force or Indian Border Force, right? Or I can talk about, let's say there are new laws are coming in any anti-money laundering, right? There's a new laws are coming in customer due diligence like that. Do they understand this domain, or if given them a structure, will they learn or not? So I
Mhm.
have couple of, those areas. But
Okay.
what is your, how you think if like data scientist guys are coming and you're going to interview them and making
Mhm.
sure they're good for your projects, right?
Okay. So,
Forget about salary part and other part,
correct.
but think about grade B college, not top
Mm-hmm.
IITs or something. Just, like Madan Mohan Malviya, like kind of
Mm-hmm.
students
Mm-hmm.
like
Right.
that. What you think, like, what key criterias that comes on top of your head?
Mm-hmm. So I would start with a very basic topic and eventually turn that particular problem into a proper
Yes, I.
use case, whatever I will be working, or what kind of problem I have in my mind. So for example, I would say I have this kind of experience in my past interview in IISc Bangalore.
Very good.
So they have, since my background was mechanical engineering, and then I eventually shifted to data science.
Mm,
So they asked me in the interview, it was a MS interview. So they asked me, what is your strongest subject? I was
mm,
like, strength of material is my strongest subject. So they have asked a simple question: what is tensile stress? What is stress basically?
correct.
Even the 10th class standard student can able to answer that
Mm,
question. And then eventually it was shifted to, if a beam get dropped from a satellite or something, and then it will hit a earth, uh,
correct.
or put it into the sea level, how exactly, how much depth it can able to grab inside the earth, or something like this. So I would start with very basic questions. For example, there is very basic terminology in statistics known as R2 score. In
Okay,
layman's term, we can say it is accuracy of the model.
correct.
So when you plotting a regression model, the basic uh, accuracy matrix is basically the R2 score, how much variance of the independent variables can able to describe the dependent variable. So that is basically R2 score. So I would probably start with the minimalistic terminology in the machine learning or deep learning, or as a data scientist you used to make a decision based on those metrics. And then probably I'll check in which, for example, accuracy cannot be negative, right? So there is one particular case scenario where the in practical word where the accuracy can be negative.
Okay,
So if the guy has built the algorithm by his own, or has done any sort of project, he has faced the same difficulty level
correct.
with same problem whenever he want to do the project. So I would say, in which condition these kind of
Correct,
problems.
correct. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. It depends on
so
that.
so this should be the way to identify whether the student has done some work in that particular domain or not. And also, if he has the problem solving skill, he would already gone through in depth how exactly the R2 score should be negative, in which case scenarios.
But do you think like a student mindset have that kind of ability to
Mhm.
reach to figure out that question by himself?
Obviously, means I think so, because um, even when I have built my first algorithm
But
in
you were
machine
in
learning,
IIT or non-IIT?
I was in
No,
IIT.
no. Tell me about non-IIT.
Okay. Even if I think from the non-IIT perspective as well. So for example, if I have to place myself as a triple MUT guy only,
Right.
not a IIT guy.
Yeah.
So at that time, if I want to build a model or done some project to put
Yeah.
in my CV,
Right.
so I have the data set. I'll put just XGBoost regression or the classification and check the R2 score. What is my R2 score?
Correct. Correct.
And to be very honest, if you build your first algorithm, you will get definitely R2 score as negative for sure.
Okay. Okay. I got it.
And
Got it.
and
What you
in
mean?
theory,
Hmm.
you will everywhere it is mentioned R2 score can never be negative. And you
Okay.
are getting the R2 score as negative. So first mind thought should be, why my R2 score is negative? What does it mean?
Correct, correct, correct.
So when you got the problem as why this artist goes in negative, you should evolve as a data scientist and find the root cause of that uh, problem.
No, I totally understand what you mean because even let's an example, even the MMUT guys or whoever, even he did not answer the question, but
Mm-hmm.
even he can connect the dots with you. Let's say he did not figure out on the question, but he was up to that point. So even
Correct.
he can confirm, yes, that was the point I did not think, or something like that. It still
Mhm.
says that he was reached that point because
Right.
of the absence of guidance or something. He Anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, now another question I would like to ask to you is what the help you can do, sure, based on your time and situation.
Mm-hmm.
I want you can design one or two projects.
Okay.
Given that you are already from triple MUT, right? You know
Mm-hmm.
much better than me because you recently graduated and things. Design this way that not design this way that let's say I'm just thinking this way. Let's say what is the company you're working in?
Mm-hmm.
Your company will HR, your whoever will hire the people and give it to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Correct.
process model work. Let's say company is going to hire someone and give it to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in even in when I get directly straight from the college, the students. So in my projects, we have made a system how what exactly he will learn, right? Based on the domain, how he'll progress. And I have very hidden under the hood,
Mm-hmm.
points, whether it's related with his initiatives, whether it is related with, problem solving, something like that. But and definitely I do mentorship as well. It's not just I give and go away, but I make sure that I help him. Even he, let's say he had a pull request, I see the commit message must have a structure, something like
Correct.
that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or he has chosen, let's say, a specific library. I forgot some guys use Chroma database from that. So I
Mm-hmm.
just made sure before means I just made sure everybody should understand what it means. Even then, even I may ask from someone, do you really understand what is the scientist term in the data? So there are
Mm-hmm.
different terms like data engineer, data, I forgot there were some others, and then data scientist, something like that, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So I asked them, like, as per your experience, what is data analyst do, what data engineering do, what data scientists do, what exactly the scientist word when we connect with data,
Mm-hmm.
what science he apply, and for
Mm-hmm.
what reason. So I do those kind of things as well. So what I want the next step help from you, if you can design a project, one
Okay.
project or two project, whatever, and connect with such a story that this is the project and these are the key skills which technically used, these are the domain knowledge that used, and
Mm-hmm.
make it as close to as possible so that we can get the data, apply the things. And another thing, the guy can get a certificate either from NVIDIA, either from whatever the data science thing. So he must have, a branded. I just don't want. I just want that students should come out from
Mm-hmm.
a cookie cutter. They should think some real thing,
Mm-hmm.
like that. So that's the another help I'm looking for.
Okay. So when you want me to design the course or the curriculum, means what exactly
No,
the.
no,
Mhm.
we'll do in stages. I will
Okay.
send an email to you,
Okay.
and then you will reply back. Then I will write the questions. Then you reply
Okay.
back, and then
Okay.
I will say this is how I'm planning,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I will get the input from you. Then
Okay. So
I
if.
also have one or two other data science guys working in US. I will
Mm-hmm.
get the input from you, input
Okay.
with them. So you
Mm-hmm.
can just help them. Okay, this structure looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So once I have that structure, then my meaning is just like you can just help a little bit on the data science side. But the first step, I will send you a formal email where you can send me, okay, this is the project
Mm-hmm.
and this is 3 4 months work. And
Mm-hmm.
this develop this basic foundations, 4 5,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and this is the goal of this. And a person who wants to do this, he can follow these libraries, toolings, and achieve this goal like that.
Okay. So domain is not
Given that
compulsory.
we can either generate sample data by ourselves, if it is
Hmm.
the data kind of thing, because I can quickly write the Python script and we can have a sample. Let's say you
Right.
give me even the solar or something, you give me something, but these are the 15 types of data, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and this was the data was in this way, structured, unstructured, whatever the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because last projects which I did, I just took the similar way. I got the data from banks, but I just got
Hmm.
the templates from a data scientist, and then we developed and some data is like, I just want that it is more, it should be more like closer to possible to a
Okay.
specific domain so that the
Mm-hmm.
person can look into a specific website. So he understand with this domain,
Hmm.
this is how data science works.
Okay. Sure.
Correct?
Okay.
So because if I ask you, okay, you will give me some answers. Okay, use XGBoost or use this or use this, use
Mm-hmm.
this. So I don't want to like just just say, okay, these five things randomly and what I
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, this is the problem. These are the things. This is the reach to solution.
Right.
And
Right.
it can have stages. There's something we can achieve first in 1 week, then another 2 weeks. And
Mm-hmm.
then you say, okay, this is the NVIDIA specific certificate, or this is the AWS data science certificate, or
Mm-hmm.
something. So that way, at least person will have some professionalism. Because if we introduce someone like, okay, I did AWS certificate. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say he gets only GetPost Labs internship, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just believe if he had AWS internship, plus he say, okay, he did under GetPost Labs or under he took mentorship from Vishesh, who is already actually more valuable because
Right.
he has proof as well from AWS. So that's I'm looking for. So what I will do, I'm going to send you an email. Okay,
Okay.
no rush, take your time. But I
Sure.
know you are a very hard, very good professional. So I don't think for you it's a big task, but it will be a
Mm-hmm.
big help.
Sure.
And wherever your credits, I will definitely add your name.
Okay. Sure.
Means whatever the way, wherever I feel that I'm putting your thing, I said this credit goes to Mr. Vishesh Sharma based on
Mm-hmm.
your consent.
Right.
But I
Mm-hmm.
just want to make sure, like, because if you are helping, I can put that. That's it. That's the
Sure.
only, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. I'm just stopping this recording now. Is there any
Mm-hmm.
question I can answer?
No, I'm think I'm good.
Okay. I'm just stopping this recording. Then we'll talk
Sure.
in
Sure.
few.
Sure.